So this has been a long lecture, but let us summarize what we have learned. We started by looking at various types of iteration, some advanced iteration, and we saw that there is this more general type of iteration using a while loop. We've also said that it's probably better to use a for loop whenever possible. We saw this pattern of nested loops where we have a slow finger and a fast finger. And we also said that if we want to iterate over pairs or triples of items, it's a good idea to explore Python's itertools module. I really encourage you to take a look at this. We then spoke about this very, very powerful type of data structure called a dictionary. So it's a mutable data structure capable of storing key value pairs. Now, there are two important special cases here. So if the value that we are storing is actually a Boolean, what are we saying? We're saying some keys correspond to true and some keys correspond to false. Well, you can represent this more easily and more efficiently using a set. The values that correspond to true will be in the set, and the values that correspond to false will not be in the set. If the value is a count, there is a specialized form of a dictionary called a counter. And in the problem that we saw, we actually could have used a counter. You may have observed that the solution proposed by ChatGPT did not use a counter. But if you added one more prompt to that conversation, if you told ChatGPT, please use a counter, I'm sure it would have produced the correct code. So if you were familiar with the fact that there is a specialized form of dictionary that is useful when you count, you can use that as a technical prompt next time. Lastly, we spoke about writing high-quality tests. We said this is a very, very important skill, particularly now when so much code is AI generated. You must make sure that each one of your tests is valid. If you accidentally write an invalid test, and if that test fails, you will think that the problem is with your code. It could be that your code is perfectly fine, and the only problem is that your test is invalid. So we must first check to see if our test cases are valid. And then we must make sure that our collection of tests is thorough. Thoroughness is an ideal condition. We would love to have 100% thoroughness. This is very, very difficult to achieve, if not impossible to achieve in practice. But it is a skill that we can develop. Hopefully you will find the example problems that we will give you useful in developing your ability to write valid and thorough tests.